If you don't have a pre-shot routine, you are costing yourself strokes on the golf course. A pre-shot routine is important for every golf shot, and it's to get you in a rhythm. You need to have a pre-shot routine for every shot. Your tee shot, your approach shot, if you have a chip shot, and your putts, there needs to be a pre-shot routine for each of those. Today I'm going to show you exactly what needs to be implemented into your pre-shot routine to make you successful. So first things first, if you're on a tee box, let's just say I'm on a par 3, I've got a 7-iron. If you can use a tee, absolutely use a tee. 100% use a tee every single time. It's an advantage. It helps you get the perfect lie. You need to be using a tee. Now, this is what I do. It may not work for everybody, but you can implement these things into your pre-shot routine and see if it helps. The first thing I do is I get up and I get a yardage. Let's just say I'm out and it's a 178 yard par 3. I've got 7-iron, which is about the club I would use. Now I've got 178. There's a lot of factors that you need to determine to figure out what you're gonna hit, what shot you're gonna hit, where you're gonna aim. A lot of people just find out a yardage and go up there and hit the ball. What you need to do is you need to determine all the factors that go into a golf shot before you hit that golf shot. Teed up, I know my ball is gonna go about 3 yards further than typical because I'm coming off a perfect lie. So 178, if this is my 175 club, it's absolutely the perfect yardage for me. Now determine the weather conditions. Is it hot outside? If it's hot outside, the ball typically flies just a little bit farther, 1 to 2 yards. If the weather is cold outside, it makes that golf ball harder. The rubber inside is not as pliable and it goes shorter distances. Now determine the wind. Is it windy? Where is the wind? How strong is the wind? Let's say on this shot, I've got wind off my right at 10 miles an hour. The pin is on the right side of the green. My aim point does not need to be right of the green. My aim point needs to be at that flagstick. And if I cut the ball into the wind, it's gonna stay there. And if I draw it, it should hit the left side of the green. So we have, it's hot outside, my ball's teed up, the wind is off my right. I've determined my yardage. Now I know exactly what club I need to hit. Now determine what type of shot you're gonna hit. Are you gonna hit a stock 7-iron? Are you gonna try and hit a cut in there? Are you gonna try and hit a draw? Are you gonna try and hit it lower because it's maybe into the wind? All these things need to come into your mind before you hit the shot. Once you determine, okay, I'm gonna aim right at the pin, wind's off my right, 7-iron's the perfect club, I'm gonna try and hit a straight ball and just let the wind bring it back into the middle of the green. That's my shot. Now, what I do is I get behind the golf ball and I visualize that shot. I sit here and I visualize the ball taking off right at the flagstick and then a slight draw because the wind is pushing it back. Now, behind the ball, I take a few practice swings, trying to swing, get that swing path of a straight ball flight. If you're trying to draw the ball, your practice swings may be a little bit inside to out, right? You're gonna drop it in, go to out. If you're hitting a cut, vice versa, you're gonna try and swing a little bit across the ball, right? You'll see the pros get behind it and they'll exaggerate that movement. They'll really try and cut across it. They pick a target. If the target is my pin, now I draw a line back from that pin all the way to my golf ball. And then as I'm approaching the golf ball, I'm looking about 2 feet in front of the ball, somewhere in this general area, and I'm finding my intermediate target, which is gonna be a target on that line that I just drew from the target to my ball. So let's just say there's an old tee that's on the tee box. That's my intermediate target. It's on the line. Now, as I step up to the golf ball, instead of lining my club up to something that's 178 yards away, I'm lining my club up to something that's 2 feet away. It's a lot easier to line your club up to that target than that target. Now, first step is to line your club up to that target. Now, get your feet set parallel to your club face. You don't want to be open because then you're really going to cut across the ball. So you set your club face first and then you set your stance. What I do is I have a couple waggles. I look up at the target. I draw that line in my mind back from the target, back to my intermediate target, make sure I'm lined up good. I'm thinking about that ball taking off straight at the target with a slight draw because of the wind. Maybe I take a slight backswing to get that club path right, and then I get ready to hit the shot, and then I try and execute that shot. Sometimes it's going to work out where you hit exactly like you're picturing. Sometimes it's not. So next we're going to talk about if you're not on a tee box, and let's say you're in the fairway or if you're in the rough. One thing changes with your pre-shot routine that just gets added, and that is you need to determine what your lie is. Your lie is going to help determine what shot you have to hit. If you're in the fairway, you can basically hit any shot in the bag as long as you're not sitting in a divot or the ball is not sitting down in a crack or something like that. If you're in the fairway, you should be fine. However, if you find yourself in the rough, that lie is going to dictate what type of shot and what kind of shot you're going to be able to hit. If the ball is sitting down and you need to get the ball 200 yards to the green, most likely you're not going to make that happen. The lie is dictating that you can't hit a 200-yard shot. When you're sitting down in the rough, you want to pick a more lofted club, pitch and wedge 9-iron, maybe even an 8-iron, to try and get the ball up and out of the rough as quickly as possible. If you pick a lower lofted club, 6, 7, 5, 4, 3, the ball is going to go take off through the grass and it's not going to go anywhere. Okay, you want it to get it up and out as quickly as possible. So assess your lie and determine what kind of shot you can hit from that. Same thing goes for a bunker. If you're sitting in a bunker and you're sitting up perfect, you can probably hit any shot. However, if there's a lip in front of you, you don't want to go with a lower lofted club because that ball flight is going to come out low and it's probably going to hit the lip. So determine your lie, assess the danger, figure out what club do I have to hit to get it out. Don't try and get cute and just barely miss that lip. Get a club that is going to make it where you get over that lip with some clearance. That way you're not bringing double and triple into play. After you have assessed your lie, then you determine what kind of shot and what type of shot you're able to hit and then go forward from there. One quick thing I want to add to this pre-shot routine. If you have done all the things, you're stepping into the golf ball and you're visualizing that shot, and then right as you're about to hit, you have a bad swing thought, whether that be, please don't chunk it, please don't catch it thin, don't go left, there's water left. Something like that is a bad swing thought. If you have one of those bad swing thoughts, I want you to stop, do not hit that golf ball, and completely reset, start the whole process over again, and try and keep your mind clear and visualize that one shot before you hit it. If you have a bad swing thought, I cannot emphasize this enough, reset and start over. It helps. You'll see pros do it all the time. If they get up over the ball, they're about to hit, something takes their mind off of the shot at hand, whether it be a bad swing thought, somebody's phone going off, something, they stop and they completely reset. They get behind the golf ball, they do everything again, they pick the shot, they visualize the shot, and then they step into it. Their only one swing thought is, I'm going to hit this shot, and that's the one that they've committed to. If you're not committed to the shot, it's not going to end well for you. Stay committed, reset if you have a bad swing thought or something takes away your concentration. If you practice that pre-shot routine and you do the same thing for every shot out on the course, you're going to minimize your misses and you're going to play better golf. Give it a shot. Let me know how it works out for you in the comments. I appreciate your support. Be sure to hit that like button if you learned anything. Be sure to subscribe. It really helps me out. Have a good one.